Okay, so I actually only got the idea to record the boss fights at the third boss fight, I think this is. But then I recorded the ones that I missed in New Game Plus. So I guess I'll put those at the end, maybe? Or maybe at the beginning, I'm not sure. Whatever. Okay, I actually had a lot of trouble with this boss, just because of the fire stuff. It's really annoying having damage over time. This move is actually pretty easy to parry. You have to actually parry when the front of it hits you, not like the main body. But I didn't know this at the time. And this combo really got me so many times. Just like, all of the bosses in this game have like Margit delays. Like, you think they're done, but they're not. Yeah, this is when I started incorporating more heavy attacks into my like playstyle, so that I get more staggers off. Being a little bit too greedy. I'm being really greedy. I'm surprised this is the run I went on. Yes, now I parry properly. Going for the heavy attacks like I said. I really like this weapon, by the way. Apparently it's like the second best weapon in the game, according to some generic list I found. But you get it for free at the start, so I don't know what to say. It's not like I'm cheating or anything. Yeah, so there's actually a pretty big window in between the staggers where you could get some extra damage. If you notice that I'm not using my Fable, which is like the blue special attacks, it's just because I have no idea how it works. Or I have no idea how it worked at the time. The Fable attacks for this is pretty good. Oh yeah, and I didn't know that you're supposed to stand behind the pillars to avoid the fire. But I didn't get like full proc, so it's not too big of a deal. Okay. Yeah, this is before I got the upgrades where your cells regenerate on their own without getting hit in. So I'm being a little bit greedy with my attack so I can get regen in. I actually got really lucky on this run. He repeated the same attack 3 times in a row. 4 times now. God damn. And the stagger, yeah, I can see why I won. Oh. Yeah, that was a nice fight. Okay, next one. Some attacks are really annoying, but get used to it, I guess. The timing for that's actually pretty easy, but I think I was just intimidated by it at the time. Surprised I didn't go for the heal. Oh no, because I had the wrong thing on. Yeah, I'm paying a lot of attention. I've enough with this guy's nonsense. Yeah. I wasn't confident in the parry there, so I tried to leave. But then I get it right after. Very cool. Dodging the tongue? Oh, because I wanted to regen my thing. I see. Being greedy here, messing up my timings. But I get this, right? Yeah, nice. I'm not sure if stagger carries over, so skip, because obviously I've seen this like 3 times already. It's a pretty cool cutscene though. Surprisingly, this phase is actually a lot easier than you think. Like the attack patterns for whatever the snake part of this guy is called. It's pretty simple. Nothing too hard to understand. Especially with my build, because I'm going for a guard retain build, so as long as I block and I don't get hit directly... Oh, I spoke too soon there. But as long as I block and I don't get hit directly, I can just regen most of my health. So, so I'm sort of going for exchanges instead of full parries. Oh yeah, I'm probably going for the dagger here, but I screwed up, but thankfully he went for a really long wind-up attack. Yeah, it's basically over. Full health, basically. And he's almost dead. And I'm like in the zone, getting all the parries in. Ah, spoke too soon, but doesn't matter. I'm doing too much damage. Yep. Easy fight, not even close. So I developed a strategy where I get him like to quarter of his HP, kill one of the brothers, and continue doing that until it's just a 1v1. And as you're gonna see later on, once his brothers arrive, the big guy actually isn't too aggressive as long as you know how to dodge his little charge. So you just need to isolate those 1v1s. Of course, getting parries in is very good. This guy has a pretty simple moveset. Nothing too crazy. So the other guys spawn in right when he reaches certain thresholds. I think it's 75%, 50%, and 30%, something like that. This little kid is actually the most annoying of them because he can like throw you up in the air. And he's very fast, but thankfully I deal with him quite quickly here. Shockingly quickly, actually. Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about. But, like, if you notice my health bar, he's actually not doing a lot of damage. The real issue is just him staggering, so you can't really, like, ignore these guys while fighting the big guy. If they weren't staggering, I would just focus on the big guy, because I could just tank all the damage, but I can't. Nice parries. Very nice. The weapon breaking system is actually fantastic. It really makes you feel like you're making progress in the fight. The spear guy is actually the easiest of the three brothers because he's just very predictable and also easy to parry. The hardest one, I think, might actually be the last guy, just because he's very aggressive with his attacks and he staggers you a lot. I'm not even taking these guys seriously because of how little damage they do. But every time the big guy charges, you just scroll past him and then focus on the brothers. Pretty easy stuff. I'm actually speaking from hindsight because I'm like in New Game Plus when I'm recording this. So it probably wasn't really that easy for me at the time. I think I go for the stagger after this. Go for the special attack, and then the last one spawns in. Yeah. Bunch of cowards. This guy actually is like really good with his spacing. Like, really good is like bad for me because that means he's harder to beat. And I've been really using the long reach of my weapon to do a lot of damage while keeping myself relatively safe, so the way he's playing is very annoying. I think I realized soon, or a little like after this, that I just hit him once and then I stopped. But, well, it's working anyway, so whatever. There. And basically the fight is over because I'm almost at full HP? No, I am at full HP, goddamn. And I just used my weapon buff. Yeah, it's over. Honestly, pretty easy once you get the technique that I talked about down. I actually thought I didn't kill the older brother, but, well, obviously from the way they're reacting, he's dead. He's like dead, dead. Oh, sucks to be them, I guess. He's one of the bosses where they're not invincible while they're getting up on the ground. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Messed up the parry there. Messed that up as well. Keep in mind that this is like, I think, my 10th or 15th attempt in a row. So like, I'm actually losing it. So every time I like mess up, I'm like getting into my own head here. Oh my. Okay. Sometimes the bosses don't give you time to go for the guard breaks, and it's like very frustrating, which is why I guess the devs added an upgrade that lets you increase how much time they spend in their guard breakable form, which is when like their health bars are glowing white. Oh lord. Yep. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. And I'm really stressed here. 1 HP and a dream. I'm focused up here. I gave up on the guard parry. Then I hit it. Nice. I thought I'd miss there. Overall, pretty easy fight. I just got into my own head about it. And I got a quartz. Very cool. Okay, first phase is actually pretty simple. You just need to like finish it early while he's doing the simple moves. I used my buff here just to get through the first phase early. Lots of very well choreographed attacks, so easy way to get in damage. Hard heavy is also very good. I'm surprised I parried that. Yeah. I could go for the parries there, but I just wasn't confident. Keep in mind this is like my 10th attempt, I think. And this guy isn't really a problem, right? It's the second phase. So I'm just trying to get through this guy as quickly as possible. And he's like dogging on me like this. Now this guy is the problem. He attacks so much that you have to worry about weapon durability, and he's not like super slow. Okay, that attack, I think you're just supposed to dodge it. I'm not sure it's even parryable. Because like, he staggers you. Guaranteed. But like, I guess I never learned the timing. So at this point, I learned to like, instead of going for a lot of punishing, I just go for parries. And this part isn't really an issue. It's when he goes into second phase that it becomes a little bit of a problem. Well, his second 2.5 phase. You'll see. Is actually great for posture breaking. And I get hit with this, I'm a little bit frustrated here. Yeah, and now he's not giving enough space. And I think I'm pretty worried about him switching. So thankfully, I hit him before that happened. Go for this. And now I'm hoping that it gives me enough to heal. Yep. Now he switches. And now I just go for parries or blocks. Look at all that damage. Okay, me surviving means I basically already won the fight. Because that was the only issue I was having. But I'm still nervous because I'm like 1 HP. And I'm like 0.1 HP here. But then I go for a big gamble. So the way my weapon art works is that if I get the perfect parry in, it doesn't use any of the Fable. And I get like extra damage with my next attack. So what's interesting about this boss is if you don't parry properly, he actually just drains all of your stamina. And it like opens you up for his follow-ups. Not the greatest start from me. I think I took a break right before this run. Maybe to eat or something. I remember because like it's only been 2-3 days since I fought this guy the first time. So I sort of like recall my emotions at the time. I'm sort of like re-downloading his moveset. Yeah. That four-piece attack I had a lot of trouble with at first. Not because it's too difficult, but because I just kept forgetting about the last one. The last attack. But it's fine now. I actually don't think I should be using electricity against him. I should be using acid. Which is a mistake, but I won, so it doesn't matter, I guess. Explains why I wasn't doing too much damage. Go for the attack here. Huge. And the extra. He's actually invincible while on the ground, so you gotta wait for him to like put his hand to get up before he becomes damageable again. And now I'm back in the zone. Okay, never mind. I forgot about the last attack again. Okay. Yeah, the kick is, I think, a little difficult to time for me, so I think after this I just stop trying to parry it and just dodge it. I'm being patient here, waiting for him to attack. I forgot about the last attack again. That was huge. It was very lucky timing. My next attack probably transitions him. Yeah.
The new world belongs to us.
Guy's like basically. What region is this place in? Whatever. Well, he's like the bane of this verse. Looks a lot uglier though. Canonically though, he was sick, so I guess it makes sense for him to resort to like whatever treatment they're giving him. His phase is harder than the first one because he feels faster and more aggressive. But he does have a little more openings, which is a pretty big plus. The timings are the same though, nothing crazy. I'm obviously a bit nervous because I'm on my last flask. But the thing is, I have an upgrade that makes me do more damage and take less damage when I'm on my last flask, or when it's regenerating, I think. So it's actually good for me. Me staggering him out of that red attack was huge. But this is really bad though. So he's gonna put me on the ground here, but turns out it's not part of the animation and you could roll out of it. I didn't know that for the first few times around. I'm nervous here. Get the stagger in. Huge. The reach on this weapon is crazy. I should have healed before doing the attack so that it charges faster, but it doesn't really matter. The fight's almost done. And I finish it off with style. Not even close. Oh no, this fight? Okay, this fight I actually had to split into 2 sessions because it was so annoying. Especially with the status bar. I actually like it when he's being aggressive because it lets me do a lot more parries in, and he doesn't do his status procs. And at this point, I've gone against this guy so many times that like I've had enough with his nonsense. So I'm going for the special parries that I talked about before, the one that comes from my weapon. I'm like really paying attention to those tentacles because they always keep like doing insane amounts of damage to me. And they proc whatchamacallit, corruption I think it's called, or decay. And it's like damage over time, and it lowers the durability of the weapon. Which is like really bad for me. But if you notice, I haven't used my fire buff yet. And the reason is I got an upgrade that makes it so that whenever I use it, it's going to repair part of my weapon. So I want to keep that for second phase. Because he's a lot more aggressive in second phase. But yeah, definitely using a lot of the special parries more. Very good dodge from me. Or past me, I should say. Yeah, see? And now I'm basically... Oh, did I not have that upgrade at the time? Oh, never mind then. Guess I was just keeping it for second phase for the extra damage. Starting off this phase with 6 flasks was huge. I actually didn't really notice when I was fighting him, but he has the same moveset as like the second boss in the game. Which changed a lot about my perspective of him. Makes it a bit confusing about how I struggled a lot at the time. This is actually a very good attack because it's a great way to build up stagger, and it also gives a lot of time to actually stagger him after. As long as he doesn't inflict decay, I'm basically fine. So, really greedy and bad parries from me. The extra attacks from the tentacles are really bad for me, but I push through. That's a really good stagger. Because even if you dodge him there, he just keeps going until it becomes a red attack, and then it becomes harder to parry. Yeah. Now I go for the special parry. I was hoping that would stagger him, but it didn't. Yeah, see, he just keeps going if you don't parry him. And it becomes red. Very bad for me. Again, I was hoping for the stagger, but since he goes for this attack, it builds up, and this should stagger, right? Really? Damn. Okay, now it staggers. Well, it's basically over. Very satisfying end to the fight. I really wish you could crouch in this game, because I really wanted to BM this guy. Ah, this one! Lord, give me strength. This one really pissed me off. So not only was she extremely aggressive, but every time she got staggered, she would run away and like do a disruption attack. Disruption is basically insta-kill if you get it fully propped. So I was being very careful. And this is like my 6th attempt. Like I thought she'd be really easy because of all the parries, but she was not, to me. Maybe because I just wasn't patient enough? Actually, that's probably the reason. Was I using the correct elements against her? I'm not sure if 5 is the correct one. Might be though. I think acid was the correct one actually. Oh, it is what it is. Yeah. It's very... She just has such long combos. If I let her run away there, she would have gone for the scream and I wouldn't have been able to attack. It was actually very lucky that I hit there. The long reach of this weapon doing a lot of work for me. Now she goes for the double, but she actually holds back a little. Lets me focus on killing this one. In this attempt, I killed it very quickly, and others I did not. Got lucky there. Yeah, as the fight went on, I got more and more patient because I was like really tired of her nonsense SMH. That was very lucky. I don't know like how to trigger the difference between the normal heavy attack and that heavy attack, but it was very lucky that I got the second attack here. And I broke both her weapons. Insanely good. I think I was really worried about my weapon durability here, but I decided that I probably had enough. So I just went for the kill. Oh lord. Nice. Oh, Dark Moonstone. I'm not sure if I had my weapon fully upgraded at this point. Oh, this guy. Just a little it's not a gimmick boss, but just a little copy of the first boss of the game, but with a little extra moves. Pretty easy moveset. Just like because he's the first boss of the game, you know. I think I first tried this guy actually. Kind of embarrassing that I'm getting hit this much. Really embarrassing actually, goddamn. But I guess, oh, yeah, that got me. Reminds me of the monkey from Sekiro. He fakes being on the ground, and then he hits you with those attacks. And the grab attack. Does less damage than I thought, honestly. But my build really stacks physical damage reduction, so I had enough with that minion's nonsense, so like, I had to kill it. Now I can fully focus. Nice. Go for the extra attack. And bye bye. I think he summons one more time before I kill him. Not sure how I dodged that, but I did. Another grab? Damn. Gotta have my heal. So, whatever. Luckily the summon is actually very slow, so I can sort of ignore it. Don't know how those didn't hit me, but I'm lucky that they didn't. So I get to kill him. Now I get rid of the summon. He was pissing me off. First try, very cool. Next one. Who is this? Ah, the Black Rabbit Brotherhood. Once again. Okay, so for this one, you want to employ a similar strategy. So the way it works is the first 3, if you kill 2 of them, the big brother is gonna spawn, and the big brother is the real problem here, right? So you want to get all of them down to like very low health, and then kill them so that it's a 1v1 with the big brother. But another thing is they're all attacking at the same time, right? Well, they're not all attacking at the same time, but they're all present there. but only one of them is going to attack, and you know based off like who has their weapon like buffed. You see this guy, the little kid, has the acid, the guy with the spear uses the electricity, the guy with the sword uses fire. And this time they're actually doing a lot of damage, so I have to parry and stuff. The other brothers aren't inactive while you're fighting one of them. They throw stuff at you, they pull you along and stuff, but they're not like fully attacking you like they would when it's their turn. Getting rid of the spear guy is actually pretty important because he is one of the more annoying ones.
This is for my brother.
He throws something at you that staggers you while you're fighting the other brothers. Yep. Fire guy. So, as long you can kill one of them early, so it becomes a 2v1. But then once you do that, you want to get them both to low HP at the same time, so you kill them both at the same time before the big brother comes out. Doing very well against the fire guy.
I'll kill you, just like Big Brother wanted.
I think I prefer to kill him out of the other three. Out of the three. The kid is the most annoying. Like, he staggers you the most, but the fire guy is the most aggressive, just like in the first fight. The range of my weapons also comes in clutch here because it lets me hit multiple of them at once. But I killed the little brother first. But now I have to like get the spear guy down to low HP. I think, if I remember correctly, I got this guy down to low HP, but I wanted to kill the sword guy first because he's the most annoying, in my opinion. So like, I let him live a little longer.
Even if we just bait to buy time.
Yeah, see, I started ignoring him.
Down.
They do a lot less damage than I thought. And he switches at a great time. Oh. Forgot you could stagger them. So yeah, I'm just going for the kill here, I think. Yeah. And now I blitz this guy really quickly before the big brother comes out of the coffin. And it's over. Just a repeat of the first fight. So he has like some extra moveset. This thing, somehow dodge it. But other than that, it's exactly the same. I have 2 heals as well. And I'm at full HP. Well, I was at full HP. And I'm doing a lot of damage, goddamn. Oh no. Ah, it's fine. Got the burn off, that's nice. Is burn best against this guy? Is he still considered human or is he considered a corpse? I think they're called walking corpses or something. I just call them zombies. But officially they're called something corpse. Now I'm just being careful. Just need to get that stagger and then it's basically over. I think that was a mistake. Like, I wanted to do a heavy attack, but I just misinputted. Nice dodge. Okay, I'm at half HP here, so I'm a bit nervous. Oh, okay, never mind, we're all good. Nice. Okay, next boss. Who is this? Oh, this guy's such a gimmick fight, man. Okay, it doesn't matter where I start in this fight because it's like you do no damage naturally to him. So the way you're supposed to play it is you hit him in his left leg or his right leg from his perspective until he staggers, right? But the thing is, there's like, it's not obvious at all. Like with the Fire Giant and Elden Ring, like you see a brace, like it's obviously injured or weak. But with this guy, you have no idea, other than like the lock on. And I thought you could just like, because you're supposed to do damage to him using staggers. I thought you could just parry, right? Turns out, it does nothing. You have to actually hit him in his legs for it to do anything. So, and he hits you with shock, which reduces your stamina regen by an insane amount. Like, I'm basically crippled if I get hit without properly parrying. Yeah, see? Look at how much slower my stamina regenerates. Definitely very annoying. I do have a consumable that removes that, but I didn't want to put it on. Not sure why. Probably out of spite, or because I'm very stingy with my consumables. I see consumable, means I don't use it. Unless I'm very desperate. At least his moveset is very simple. Still a gimmick fight though, which I do not like. At least I do like gimmick fights, but not the way this is done. Like, he'd be fine, but the fact that he applies shock just makes him a lot harder than he should be. Now he's properly staggered, and I think that's it, right? Or maybe a little more? Yeah, it takes a little more. He also fake staggers, which is also annoying, but once you learn it, it's over. And... nope, it's not over. By the way, the run to this guy is absolutely horrendous. I should edit it in. When I make the video. It's like so long, so ridiculously long and dangerous. So annoying as well. Really stressed me out. But whatever, we got through it. Next one, Laxasia. First phase is like easy, but not that easy. Because is quite aggressive. He's slow but aggressive. Like really aggressive. And the lightning, you can't like parry the lightning. You just have to dodge it. On the bright side, my build is very good for her. So the start of this next phase is, I thought was difficult at first before I learned to do what I'm about to show, which is parry the lightning. An easy way to get damage back at her. I actually learned this by accident. Yeah, and I never figured out the timing for that. I'll probably figure it out in my New Game Plus when I meet her. So, at first I tried to just full parry, but then I decided that it was a bit too difficult, so I would just block when I could and then attack when she opens the opportunity for me, like there. But otherwise I could just block normally. Okay, after this I think I give up just on perfect parrying and just block everything. I think I also give up on going for the guard break. Just continue with my strategy. Never mind. Yeah. He also does this. Very annoying. But it's very good damage. This up there. If I remember correctly, the reason I won here is because she actually used the move she did at the beginning of the fight. Yeah, and I get lots of damage from here. Boom, 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 boom. But I also forget about what she does right after. Pretty big mistake. Get some of my health back. Also very lucky that she goes for the double lightning here. Parry. Now I'm just focused on surviving until I get my next health up. And she's dead. Very nice. Took me a lot of attempts, but I sort of got into the groove. Okay. Okay, I never took this boss seriously. I could already tell that he would be extremely easy just from the way he looks. No offense. He just like he's like way too well choreographed and slow. Basically the generic brute type boss. I guess he does bait you a bit with the timings. What do I think about? Why am I using fire? Does he count as one of the corpses? Maybe he does. Maybe I should have used acid instead? Not sure. But I am doing a lot of damage, which I guess is what matters most. Tracking is actually very good on that attack. Surprisingly good. Shockingly good. But it still misses a lot. Because when you turn you don't get as much range as you would if you were just moving forwards. Now second phase is not as hard as I thought it would be. Especially from like the introduction it had. Like goddamn, the hand of God and everything. Yeah, I'm getting my timings all wrong here, but I do parry that, which is huge. He's trying to stack disruption on me, but I have a disruption resistance thing. So we're all good. Not thing, but it's like one of the equipped items, I think. The cartridge, I think it's called. Yeah, most things could be just parried here, so it's not a big deal. If he used his disruption attacks more, then we'd have a problem, because then he'd be stacking way too much for me to deal with. I'm surprised none of those hit me. I'm also shocked that I parried that, but maybe I'm just him, just that guy. Nice, that's the parry. Nice. When you parry, the amount it stacks on you is a lot lower than it would otherwise be. I actually never used my my arm. I don't know what they're called. Strategic arms, something like that. But I never used them because I mostly just forgot about them, even though I upgraded them. Like, the only time I used them was to get rid of the ranged enemies that were, like, really annoying. Very rarely on bosses. Probably never on bosses, honestly. Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do against that. For this, I just started parrying. And I somehow lived. Very cool. That's the first time I've seen him use that move, actually. I didn't see him use that on my other attempts. Also doing a lot less damage than I thought I would be, which I remember stressing me out. So I'm trying to be patient. But I do have like two cartridges left to heal off. Nice, huge parry. I'm getting in the groove here. I'm shocked I took almost no damage from that. God damn, I did not notice how little I took at the time. That was a mistake from me. That's the bit I was talking about before. It feels like he's stopping, but he's not. Shocked none of those hit me. Maybe I'm just like that. Huge stagger. Easy fight. Oh, I say that, but that was like my 5th attempt. Okay.
You can become a real human. Come to me.
Okay, this was definitely the hardest boss in the game. But if I didn't fight whatever her name was, Laxasia, and I didn't like have a strategy for this type of boss, then I would have struggled a lot more. First phase is interesting. It's not easy, but it's not difficult either, especially compared to second phase. I'm actually not sure if I was wearing the right amulet for this, because this is like a human body or a puppet, and I'm using the amulet that goes against one of those zombie things. So probably the wrong thing. Really good start for me here. Get the extra damage in and everything. Seven health canisters as well. Yeah, I also have to worry about my durability because of how much he attacks and how much I have to parry. So that's why I'm keeping both of my electricity things. taking advantage of that stun in order to repair my weapon was huge.
If only I had spent more time with you. If only I had read you your favorite book.
Nice. Second
How dare
phase.
you? You're just a puppet. Nothing more.
Yeah. Okay. In the rest of this fight, I actually learned how to parry that move properly. You're supposed to use like the yellow indicator to sort of time it. But I didn't figure it out at first. Really struggled with that. Also terrifying. Basically flash step. Yeah. Way too much damage. It's actually a lot easier to parry than it looks. The big attack. It's these smaller attacks that are much harder. Yeah. I should not have gone for that. Yeah, at this point I just gave up on the stagger. Oh, never mind. I got really lucky. Boom. I heal. When am I gonna use my buff? You can actually parry that attack. I actually thought you couldn't, but you can. I think everything in this game is parryable, actually. Yeah. That does way too much damage if you don't parry it. Yeah, just like with Laxasia, my build is like carrying me. If I was built like, I don't know, for like a mage build, where I use my Fable attacks mostly, and I'd be struggling a lot more, I feel. Oh, damn. Yeah. Big mistake. If I just properly parried that, it would have stunned him, and I could have gone for the... stagger. Very unlucky there. The stagger wore off just as I did that. But, now I know how to stagger him out of that. Oh, and I got the stagger. Very lucky. Or well played by me, actually. So, I also give up here on defending and just go for the last attacks, and I win. Not even close. Got the true ending as well. Very cool. Okay, now this is a new game plus. I think I beat this guy in one attempt. Moveset's a lot easier than I remember. Yeah, and I switched to this sword because it has a really cool parry, heavy attack. I'm not sure if I use it here. I might use it. But like when I do it, it feels so satisfying. Really want to get better at it, but the timing is a lot more different. Do I even use it in this fight? It feels like going so quickly. I mean, it is like the easiest fight in the game, but still. I'm not really taking this guy seriously. I should though. Well, I actually don't need to. He's too easy. But still. Yeah, I don't think I used the parry thing at all here. Basically, with the heavy attack, you see that spin he does? It's basically, if you time it correctly and an enemy hits you, at the very end of that spin, it counts as a parry, and then, like, you do an insane attack right after.